Okay. Hello out there in internet land. We start off with the usual.
You're David.
You're Joy. And this is?
This is American in the Philippines.
Very good. We did that pretty good.
Okay.
What about subscribers?
Oh, we have 22.
That would be awesome if we had 24.
44. 2,244 subscribers.
Keeps going up. That's great. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, obviously we appreciate it. We thank you. But if you're watching it and not subscribed, please do click the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. No pain, no gain. Well, there's a gain for us.
Yeah.
If you like our videos, give it a thumbs up, like. And if you are subscribed, click that bell notification to let you know when we put out a new video. And today's video idea is
About
the pros.
drum roll.
About the drum roll. Drum roll, please.
Okay.
It's about pros and cons of living in the province in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And this one might be a little interesting, mainly just because we have no idea what each other wrote, what each other said. We each just took a side. Obviously, Joy took the pros because this is her home province. And I took the cons because I'm the guest expat who's pampered. And we wrote out our list, but we don't have any idea what we wrote. So we're going to go one by one each side, and we're going to see what we wrote. So I guess you're going to start out with pros, your first pro?
Yeah.
Fire away.
Okay. First is cost of living.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good pro.
Cost of living in the province is super duper cheaper.
It's cheaper than the big cities, and it's definitely cheaper than where I'm from. Okay, my first con, noisy. Karaoke, dogs, roosters, motorcycles with no mufflers, which is popular out here for some reason. And they don't enforce anything, so they do whatever they want. And of course the trikes, because we're right by the road.
Close by the road.
So we hear everything.
Yeah.
Next up for the pros.
Next is cheap land.
Well, you're just on a cheap theme. We got our land for free, but yeah, the land is much cheaper.
You can buy a cheaper land in here, in
it's
a big chunk of land.
1,500 to 2,000 pesos per square meter.
Yeah, or more cheaper.
Yeah, you can get a much better deal out here than you can closer to the cities. So my next con is pollution. Yeah, the air is pretty bad here. So I was originally told by somebody, oh, it's so nice and you're going to have fresh air and all this. Well, they burn the trash every time that the sun comes out. Yeah. So they save up their trash in these pits. And then when it's a sunny day like today, it'll turn into smoke filled with plastics. It's very bad for you. And when we turn on our aircon at night, I can feel it in my lungs. It burns my throat. So good and bad of having a sunny day. Sometimes rainy days are better because you don't get the trash pollution. They are starting trash trucks out here. So hopefully that gets going, catches on, because we really need the trash trucks doing trash pickup. But we don't have it so far, and they still like the burning. Yeah. Next up.
Next is less traffic. Less traffic in the province.
That's true.
You don't need too much time when you go to work because it's less traffic. Compare in Manila, I need like 2 hours because of super traffic in EDSA.
It's really nice, especially here on Sundays. So Joy keeps saying that she's going to drive the car on Sunday, because the traffic on Sunday is really, really limited. There's not a lot of traffic, people out on the roads. So, but she hasn't done it yet, but she needs to get some driving practice. Speaking of driving, that's my next con. There's no rules. So when you drive here in the province, anything goes. You really have to keep your head on a swivel. You'll have cars and bikes and trikes and stuff coming from every direction. So they'll come the wrong way in your road. They'll come out of diagonal from the other side of the road. Yeah. They come out of a gas station across the street. They come from everywhere, so be careful.
Next is the pros in the province is relaxed pace of life, less stress.
True.
And then more time to relax.
That is true. You have time to relax. Okay, next con, amenities. So there's lack of, obviously you're out in the province, there's lack of the facilities, food, gyms, golf courses, things to do. There's not a lot of nice facilities, touristy type things. There's not a big resort to go to or anything like that. So you miss out on that stuff being out in the province. You have to drive to go to it.
Yeah. But you are closer to the nature.
Is that your next pro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nature's right out back. All we have to do is walk out the back door.
Area is surrounded by the good nature.
It is true. You're surrounded by
Offering
nature.
the outdoor activities like hiking, camping, fishing, but we don't do that.
Yeah. We could go hiking out back, but I'll get attacked by mosquitoes. So next up in the cons list for me is medical. So the farther you get out in the province, the less and less likely you're going to have a good medical hospital. So the trauma centers, the level of equipment, the level of facility, the farther you get away from the big cities, the more it's going to go down. So we have a pretty good private hospital here locally, but it's nothing like it is in Mandaluyong in Asian Hospital or in St. Luke's in BGC. Those are very nice hospitals with all the equipment state of the art.
Yeah. And next is friendly people. There's a lot of friendly people in our province.
Okay,
Because,
but
what?
keep going.
In our barangay, there's a lot of friendly people because most of the people in our barangay is relatives of tatay. So everybody greet you, everybody like offering you, come to my house, have snack, whatever is that.
Okay, originally when you said just friendly people, I was going to say that was a cheat because there's friendly people everywhere in the Philippines, so you couldn't just say for the province.
Yeah.
But then you said because of family and everything.
Relatives,
Yeah,
yeah.
she has a lot of relatives out here in this area. And of course, when you have relatives, they look out for each other. So yeah, that's a nice to have. Next up for me, barangay water. So out here in the province, your water is not always going to work. So I give it about a 50-50. So every time you go to turn on the faucet, you got about a 50-50 chance that the water is going to turn on. Half the time it won't work, half the time it will. But that's water in the province.
Yeah. That's very bad. No?
Yeah, it is.
Next is less people. Less people in the province
I
compared
thought you
to
already
the
did
city.
that. Well, you did less traffic. You're kind of just on a less theme. Okay, yeah, there's less people.
I have a lot of less.
There's
Yeah,
less people in the province. I don't. Is that a good thing though?
It is good thing because if you like, you go to the mall. If you want to grab something, it's easy for you to grab it. Compared to the city, you have to
You're not going to fight
do
through crowds.
long line, whatever. Even in the bank, it's very long line.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
My next con is internet. So our internet's been doing really good right now. So I don't knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
I don't want to badmouth it because God forbid Converge will see this. But 2 years ago,
Yeah.
our internet was out for 2 weeks. Actually, it was out longer than that, but we ended up stopping our internet. We stopped Converge and went to the little boxes because it just went off and they wouldn't tell you anything. They had no idea when it was going to be fixed. They didn't know what they were doing. They said it was a internal administration problem or something. But it was out for 2 weeks before we finally quit with Converge. So if you need reliable internet, go to one of the big cities.
Yeah. Next is less crime. Another less. Less crime in the province.
You're all about the less. It's less.
Yeah, less crime in the province because of less people, less crime.
Although when you look at the news articles,
especially in our province,
there's not that much crime in the Philippines, period. Really.
Yeah.
But I guess the big cities got more than the province. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So next up for me, government offices. So the government offices that you need are not going to be in the province. So like we traveled to Manila to get Gabby's passport done because the Department of Foreign Affairs, it doesn't exist out here. So we had to go to Manila and make an appointment up there. Same thing for my retirement visa at the Philippine Retirement Authority. Doesn't exist in the province. I have to go up to Manila.
Okay, next is you can grow your own food. You can plant your own food in the province.
That's not a
Like,
less.
especially 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 if you love planting. Yeah, it's really good for you to stay in the province.
It's true. Tatay's farm is full of
Mhm.
jackfruit,
Banana.
bananas,
Both.
coconuts, everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can definitely grow.
Mhm.
And it wasn't a less either. So next up for me is vehicle servicing. So in our province, there is no dealerships here. I've already told you this kind of, we bought ours through the mall, which was a different experience altogether. But there's no servicing here. There's no dealerships. So, and our closest was in Pili, next to Naga, and that one shut down. So we have no dealership here to service our MG, which we go to a place to get oil changes, but we don't have MG anymore. And also here, a lot of the dealers they tie their warranties to the service. So as far as I know, our MG, even though we have a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty, is no longer under warranty because the last 2 oil changes have been through a third party. And as far as I know, you have to keep doing it. So, or the warranty's invalid, I think. I'm not, don't quote me on that one. But no dealerships or service out in the province.
Yeah. So next pros for me is driving. You know why?
Okay.
Driving is really bad in here, but driving also good in here because there's no rules. You can park everywhere. There's no available parking spot. But if you want to grab some cake in a Goldilocks and it is in the road, you can park in there and grab some Goldilocks cake.
It's true. I actually gave her this one. So, because driving is both a pro and a con for me. So 3 years now, I've kind of gotten used to it. And I do abuse some of the rules. I know better on some of the stuff that I do, but because there's no rules here, I just do it. If I need to stop at Andox, I stop at Andox, put on my flashers like everybody else, and park in the street because that's what I have to do. There's no real parking. And the same thing picking up Gabby from school.
But you always try to off the road.
Yeah, I do. But even getting off the road, then I'm on the sidewalk and people have to walk around the car. There's no good answer when there's no parking. Yeah, you kind of got to do what you got to do. I try to be as considerate as I can and get out of the way, but it's true. No rules also means you can abuse the no rules for your own benefit. Next con for me is mail. So we just kind of experienced this with AdSense. We finally got our AdSense, but regular mail takes 2 to 6 months, especially from my mom out in the States. We got this most recent one in a month and a half, which is great for the mail. But if you're looking for speedy mail service, it won't happen in the province.
Yeah. Next for me is family close by. Like Tata and Nana is just close to our house. So if you need something, you can go to, if you have emergency something, bring to the hospital, whatever, you can run to Tata to bring you to the hospital, like what happened last year.
It's true. There's plenty of times where we've used Nana and Tata or Kuya Arthur, taking Gabby to school if I wasn't feeling good and didn't want to take him that day or something. Somebody who's always available to help out. And same with us. We'll help them out anytime we need to. Next up for me on the cons, brownouts. So we solved this one ourselves with the solar and our transformer, but the power out in the province is horrible. So lots of brownouts. Before we got the transformer and solar, lots of brownouts and lots of power up and down, up and down. You can hear the fan. Ooh, 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 ooh. So power is very bad out in the province. Definitely, if you're going to be out in the province, I recommend solar, or if you're not going to go solar, at least get the transformer. Because the transformer will at least stabilize your power. But you're going to have brownouts. And a lot of times they're unannounced. And you have no idea how long they're going to last. So if that frustrates you, that's something you're going to have to live with in the province.
Last for me is good place to raise your kid in the province. Compared to the city, like Gabby. I think I just noticed that the kids raised in the province is more healthy and more respectful compared to the city. Maybe because they are focused on playing outside, see the relatives, so they teach how to say po and opo. Compared to the city, they don't see relatives. They focus on their laptops, TVs, cell phones.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
Same thing as in America. I think everybody tries to get their kids to go outside and play outside like they did when they were a kid. Generations kind of change. Gabby loves to hide out in his room, but
yeah.
he does get outside out here too, and he does help out with Nana and Tata, and he does help sweeping up and stuff every once in a while. So if we were in the city, I don't know if he would get out at all. Or he might get out. I don't know exactly how it would work because there's other fun stuff to do in the city, like the riding the electric scooters that we did when we were in
Yeah,
BGC.
but every time we go
around
to
the
the
park.
city, he wants to stay in the room.
That's true. Like staying in the hotel.
Watching movies.
So yeah, it's a good thing. And my last con, transportation. So one of the big things that I miss here is having easy transportation. There's no airport. There's no ferries.
Oh,
So when you see
yeah.
some of these other areas like Dumaguete and they get on the roll-on, roll-off ferry and they're going to go up to Manila or they're going to go to Cebu or whatever, I don't have that. And when you see them getting on the airplane and they're 45 minutes later they're in Manila, I don't have that. So the easiest I have is a bus that takes 12 hours or drive myself, which takes 7.5 to 9 hours, maybe 9.5. Depends on traffic and how the roads are. The roads here are horrible, by the way. I could have put that down as another con too.
Oh yeah, the road is very bad.
But they're talking about getting our airport going, and I'm praying they do, because I would love to have an airport available here. If nothing else, just to get back and forth to Manila. Like I said, I have to go up for PRA to get my ID done every year, and it would be so much nicer if had an airport available. The flight is like 45 minutes, and the prices are crazy. It's like
cheap.
$50 to fly up to Manila. So yeah, very cheap. And I could travel around. I want to see other places. I want to take them to see other places. It would be nice to have an airport where we could go. But that's our list. So that wasn't too bad. I wasn't that surprised by yours, other than less. But
That's all less.
that is our pros and cons of living out in the Philippines province. We hope you enjoyed it, and we have some more ideas coming up. We've got we're going to talk about our Google account again. We got our AdSense,
Yeah, AdSense.
So that'll be a video coming out soon.
And how to open your bank in the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm going today to open an account at BDO. And I tried when I first got here, so I'll let you know about that when we do the video on that too.
Yeah.
And there was another one I think too, but about moving over here. I think somebody requested
somebody messaged
moving
us.
over here, the whole process. So how I went step by step moving over. So we'll probably do a video on that too.
Yeah.
And we have some other ideas, but those are the coming up.
Please comment down below what is your pros and cons about living in the province.
Yeah. Give us your pros and cons.
There's a lot of our subscribers from the province in the Philippines.
And until we see you next time, we wish you all a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.